Okay, we are in the real third place match for the 0K 1v1 tournament of August 2024 at the end of the lower bracket with Pootis, double elimination lower bracket, with Pootis against Stuart, with Stuart just winning his previous lower bracket game to be here. Rocks contain metal. So they do. That's what the tooltip says. They contain metal.
Question is this one of those maps where the reclaim is very crushable, so you can run around and crush them with raiders?
It's a good question.
Yeah,
we don't know.
There's a few maps where that's a really significant strategy.
One of the interesting things about this map is that if you try and make radar, it doesn't penetrate into the middle because there's a crater around it. So any radar you want on the middle has to be on the lip of the crater, otherwise it doesn't go in.
Yeah.
Which can make for some sneaky plays early on when the commander's moving out because they don't have the vision out, the radar out. We've got Stuart with the rover factory, and Pootis with the rover factory, and we've got Kingstad as well here.
Hello, hello. I'm the one hosting the tourney.
Yep, coming to the tail end now. So we have Pootis making scorches, but sending them to the corner because he really wants to dodge the scouting, which you usually do at the start, where you send units across the map. This Lotus is an awkward position for Pootis, though, nicely behind these turrets. It'll be hard to reach and destroy.
He doesn't. That Scorcher coming in from Stuart could kill that constructor, Mason.
Yeah, very greedy.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
He's got to make that Scorcher, and that Scorcher has to win. But the Scorcher is going back to fight the Dart. I'm just watching the minimap for what happens on the bottom as well.
I mean, he should see it on the map. He does have radar.
He's
and now Stuart sees the incoming raid, at least if he's paying attention.
Yep. But he can distract with the top.
There.
The commander sees it, moves into position, gets blocked by its own metal extractor, but takes out one of the Scorchers. And the problem is there's two more Scorchers.
Yeah, I can see Stuart did select all, because the Scorcher from way up north is coming back home.
Yeah. Should have died that commander.
It's a bit borderline, isn't it? But it could
with the way that the metal extractor blocked the commander's turret for the until the Scorchers approached. The problem is this Lotus. There was a Lotus here. I feel like with this Lotus, it swings it so that 3 don't kill. And even against a strike commander, 3 might be a little borderline because it's got the extra health.
Because the commander was walking out of the Lotus range, so
yeah, it would have to.
They were on the left side of the commander. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unknown. Might have been a better outcome than this, of course. Although killing those 2 Scorchers, not terrible. It keeps the pressure up.
Forest fire on the ground with a Scorcher.
This Lotus will go down, but you'd have to dive for it.
Come on. Oh well, don't chase a Scorcher, that's painful. Oh, you had a dart. Oh, you could have killed him.
Secret dart, maybe it still kills.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
Works out. Pootis needs a bit of expansion, but it's got some good energy for when the wind picks up. Yeah. Which it should do.
It does matter that the dart came from behind, because the turret of the Scorcher was facing the other way and had to go all the way around to actually fire.
Managing to trade well there. Stuart going for a plate.
Pootis does have a way bigger army at the moment, but he really needs to pivot into more expansion.
Yes.
And
they're
really
somewhat
trying
damaged.
to-
But this army certainly can come down and take out these 2 expansions.
Yeah.
Stuart's got quite a few turrets, though.
Stuart should be able to defend with what he's got.
Stuart's playing
But
safe.
if he gets the Mason, yeah, he gets the Mason, sure.
Quite
Not
good.
bad. Now go away. Run away. Don't die on the enemy front lines. Or home base, basically.
Yeah, moving the reclaim a bit further away. Why is Pootis taking ground?
That's probably not on purpose.
It's a good question. It's because he's
He's pressed T, which
got
is
a
the
set target
target
command onto the ground.
Or at least I think that's default. Maybe another Mason you can kill down south. Come on, hug it, hug it.
Not sure if it kills.
Yes.
These darts will... Oh,
Yes.
no. The darts
No,
didn't...
kill it, hug it, just hug it! Oh, your flag! That's... Okay, so in future wars, they automatically hug their targets. With their AI.
Yeah.
Scorchers specifically.
Scorchers will do that too. Oh, do they do that? I think they don't do that here because it's not hard to target, right? You could just click on the target and then it's there.
Well, don't you want to click like a move order right next to your target?
Yeah, you click next to the target. I figure things move around, whereas the attack move is the I just want to be at range kind of command. I think Scorchers might hug against metal extractors, just because that's a sort of nice automatic behavior when there's nothing else around.
Do they hug structures and attack?
They might do that too, except structures explode and damage the Scorchers, and maybe you don't want that.
I suppose. But
Coming through and taking these 2 expansions is pretty
That's
good.
a ripper, though. It's a ripper.
There is a ripper, so the Scorchers will pay a bit for it. Trying to get a 3rd mechs, but that looks
2
like
rippers,
a bit
actually.
too much greed. Slowed down by a... No, doesn't matter. Slowed down by a dart, but they got away.
But you know what? It's completely reversed. Stuart has a fair bit less income now than Pootis.
Yeah, Pootis is doing quite well with this naked expansion. Very sort of... Look at this line of solars. Just saying, well, let's have energy. Let's have a line of solars.
This
These
could be a good
Scorchers
raid-
coming in,
raid
but
north.
Stuart...
Yeah. Not paying attention.
Stuart might be believing that Pootis is making as many turrets as Stuart is, because Stuart has turret per metal extractor, and Pootis is paying quite a bit. There's a lot of reclaim around. Pootis has been playing quite a bit to destroy this expansion.
Stuart keeps making Lotuses first before Maxes, before Reclaim.
Yeah, this commander is probably dead.
Yeah,
If he wants to kill it,
that-
7...
He could dig down.
Seven
I would have
Scorchers.
dug down into a hole. That's what I usually do.
Yeah, a hole would work. But maybe
Yeah.
you want to trade into 5 Scorchers.
Well,
It
Got
halved
to.
Pootis' army on the map. But might not...
Stuart needs
Too
a lot
much.
more constructors. There's so much stuff he could reclaim to get momentum going in his economy.
And he's got the metal now.
Yeah,
A
and
good bit of
Pootis gets the
reclaim.
Well, Scorcher plus Ravager against... Oh, it's upgrade commander. Never mind.
Upgrading, probably with build power to reclaim this stuff
Yeah.
faster.
And just crap out Lotuses.
It's an interesting comparison of styles. The very... just make bunches of turret of economy, expand in lots of directions. You know, make 3 masons at once just to reclaim metal, which costs close to the cost of the masons, versus this more defense-heavy, slower expansion.
Much lower.
And Pootis has been making mostly Scorcher because that's all he's needed for a while.
Oh yeah, he never did get a storage. Okay,
There's a
getting it
storage.
now. Like,
But he's really showing off
maybe.
the fact that if you have a bunch of Scorches, you can take out individual Lotuses, and then you can do that iteratively. He's not going to kill the entire base because there's so many Lotuses in it, but he can always chip away at it.
Well, these Lotuses don't end up doing very much.
Yeah, not at these scales anymore. Lotus is best with units because...
This is lovely. This Ravager
Wow.
has increased
Yeah, ballistic
range. I guess.
It's got good range, and shooting down into a hole gives it even better range.
Yeah, maybe you can take the mechs as well.
Yeah, probably be stood over here.
Situations like these are a little bit frustrating to micro, because the unit might want to go down there and stuff. You have to tell it not to do anything.
Well,
stand on the edge.
you got to move it to where you want it to go, and then use that target
and
properly.
not to. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure setting target would actually have it stop there. It might get silly and what?
Yeah, about controlling units. No storage, the Stuart. No storage is not the worst if you're spending your metal.
Oh, it died.
The metal, I think, is still being spent. We can check metal excess. Yeah, I guess it's going up slightly in the gaps between construction.
Needs more constructors. There's so much metal.
But Pootis has
lying around.
so much metal income. A lot of it's from Reclaim and Overdrive, but it's surprising you can get 42 metal income just off this part of the map.
Lucas has sort of prioritized reclaiming in the north instead of taking the mexes and then reclaiming, so that they
True.
can make metal meanwhile.
Well, there's 1500 up there.
Yeah, but get the mexes first. It takes a moment to build.
Yeah, some of those masons getting mexes would certainly be good. Blacklist defensive targeting solars.
Oh yeah, they don't have that prevention thing. Oh. Avoid bad targets. I can't see it on the UI.
I guess they don't, but they don't. Fences will shoot anything before they shoot solars.
Yeah, but even though they've started shooting the solar, or
If you
I
put a
guess-
fence or an attack move and there's a solar in the way, the fence will walk past it. It'll just pack up and walk past it.
really?
Yeah. If the fence is sitting down and there's a solar there, it'll shoot it. But it won't get baited by there being a solar.
Alright then.
But yeah, fences don't have the void bag target state on them. I guess they could be given it. There's no reason why.
Yeah,
they
it's
wouldn't.
a little bit silly because it would include drones, wouldn't it? They would ignore drones.
Well, we can
it's a bad
inspect the
target.
state. Yeah. The free targets is wind, solar, claw, dirtbag, and armored target, and light drones.
Yeah. So I know there's a few cases where it ends up being annoying the states because they're avoiding things I wish they didn't.
Yeah, you got to make choices though, otherwise the state will be, 100 pages long.
Certainly.
But I think for Fencer, the default solar avoiding behavior seems to work pretty well. What was happening in this game? Just the metal income of Pootis. I'm surprised that this relatively small part of the map was enough. But no, you don't always have to expand all over the place. You just have to expand more than your opponent and keep them contained. This is probably the commander death. Yeah, losing some Scorches in the process, but building back up and losing the commander, and then not really having a presence on the map. Getting the reclaim shortly after. And then excessing a little bit, not too much, only 300 after that happens. Yeah, well there's the commander value, dump. With some, I think radar towers count as the other value as well. Yeah, so that is the game.